in this room with all of you guys, actual world changers. I mean, I don't think we've stated that enough. Like, I think we all need to take a deep breath and realize that we're in the room with incredible individuals. So thank you, Professor Gabriel, for even inviting me. And you guys actually all inspired me to completely get rid of my speech and really focus on some of the stuff that you've already talked about and really hit home. So I don't know if you guys know this, but cybercrime is the third world's largest economy besides the US and China. So it's bigger than Germany and Japan combined. And that's only cybercrime. That is not talking about state espionage or anything else. And then in the future, obviously, we're all talking about AI and quantum computing, and everything that we do is online. But no one has taught us how to protect ourselves. No one has taught us what that looks like. No one has taught us what our rights are. What does it mean when we put all of our information into AI? Should we be concerned? And the problem that we're fighting is we're fighting against each other because no one has the education or background to explain what's going on when new tech comes around. And obviously with big tech, we care about scaling and money and how can we make this the next big unicorn. But what people are not thinking about is how are we protecting the people behind the technology, the people that are actually using it every day, the people like your mom or your sons or daughters or your aunts or your nieces. And no one is protecting the everyday individual. We're all just trying to get by with the misinformation and disinformation of social media, and no one's actually trying to educate. And so I will do my quick intro now. That is why I started my social media channel. It's called Cybersecurity Girl. I started it 4 years ago. I have been in cybersecurity now for 14 years, specifically data privacy for 8. I've worked all around the world. And about 4 years ago, I decided I was kind of done protecting corporations from these big global privacy laws, and I really wanted to protect the people. I wanted to protect people and teach them how to understand their rights, how to protect their family from everyday threats online. And cybersecurity started back in the day as a corporate, government, or university issue. Back in the 80s, when things started going online, the only people that were able to afford going online was the universities and the government. And that's why cybersecurity started. And that's still how it is. But what people don't realize is that cybersecurity is for everyday people. It is literally in our pockets right now. It's probably in some of your hands if you're not paying attention to me. But we need to make sure that we are protecting everyone else behind the screens. And Cybersecurity Girl started for 3 main reasons. One was to educate the public on how to be safe online. 2 was to get more people interested in careers in cyber, because 4 years ago they were saying that there's going to be all these massive job openings. With cybersecurity, it's a little bit different now. There's a lot of tech layoffs, but that's a different discussion. And then the third was to get more women into STEM fields, get them excited. I wanted them to see themselves in cyber, because for me, I did aerospace engineering before I got into cyber, and I had a mentor bring me into cybersecurity, and I honestly thought I was not the right fit. I did not code. I was terrible at coding, actually, when I took it in college, and I am not an introvert. So I was like, this is not going to work for me. But I really, those are the 3 reasons why I started this channel. And now it is the largest social media channel for cybersecurity in the world. I work with NATO, I work with BBC, ABC, a lot of the news outlets to educate people and really to make cybersecurity simple. And I kind of want to go back to the main point of this talk was how do we inspire and lead in the age of cyber and AI? And the question I want to ask you guys is, what makes us different than AI besides our physical bodies? And you don't have to answer. I just want you to think about it for like 10 seconds. To me, it's our experiences, right? AI cannot experience everything that we've experienced in life. The good, the bad, the ugly, everything that we have experienced makes us who we are and makes us unique. And that is our superpower. That is how we have to actually lead AI. And some of the conversations that we've had was, the internet can be a beautiful thing and a gift from God. We had just spoken about that. And a lot of people are also saying, social media is bad. But I actually think social media is a force for good. It's led me here, right? My channel has completely changed the trajectory of my life and hopefully changed the trajectory of many people's lives, because the whole point is to protect people, right? I get messages all the time saying, oh, I didn't fall for a scam because I saw your video, or I sent your video to my grandma and, XYZ. So social media can actually be a change for good. We can, as long as we have the right people behind the tech, and we've also talked about that, right? Making sure the right people behind the tech are in it for good, then we have something incredible at our fingertips, right? We can get people that may not necessarily have the ability to reach the public, but has amazing things to say. They can now reach the public anywhere in the world. And so social media is such a force for good, but I challenge people to say, as long as you have the right intentions, as long as you're leading with curiosity, I know we've talked a lot about curiosity, as long as you're leading with empathy and everything else, the person behind the camera is what is the most important thing. The people who are the educators of the next generation, in my opinion, are the most important things. I'm getting a little off topic, but I just kind of want to state that there's 4 ways to lead in AI and cyber, and I always say it's the 4 C's. So it's curiosity. We've talked about this. It's stay relentlessly curious about how your systems and your humans work. So if we're just throwing technology out there without understanding, who is actually accessing that technology and what they could access it for, that is a huge deal. And we can see that now with vibe coding. I don't know if you guys know what vibe coding is, but basically there's a new thing now where AI, you can tell AI what type of app or website you want it to build. And with a few prompts, like a 10-year-old literally built an app within 10 minutes. It will generate an app. What we're not seeing is that there needs to be a group mindset. Because if one person builds an app, they're not thinking about all the things that could go wrong. They're not thinking about everything that is, that data is touching, everything that data is sharing, everything that other companies are accessing. And so that's the next C is collaboration, right? We need to make sure that we are working together in order to build a safer future. We cannot be working in a silo, which is why this forum is so important, that we're all learning from each other. We're all working together. Like, a lot of the stuff that you guys said resonated with me so much. I cannot wait to talk to you at lunch or whenever we have the opportunity to talk. But the next thing is creativity. It's to use your constraints as a catalyst. And I think this is so important, because your creativity, again, comes from your experiences, right? Everything that you do, hopefully you learn from. And that little learning moment gives you another inspiration of creativity of like, oh, I should have done it this way. Maybe next time I'll try it XYZ way. So that's the 3rd C is creativity. And the 4th is the courage to lead in a world that has so many unknowns. Like we've talked about this, social media can be disastrous, and it's also scary, and it can be an isolating place. But if you start leading with courage and you start really speaking up about your experiences and leading with courage, I truly believe that you will be unstoppable, especially when it comes to AI, because again, AI has not experienced anything that you've experienced. It's not dealt with or any of the good, bad, ugly that you've experienced and learned and been creative with the way that you've lived your life. And so I just really wanted to challenge you. I know that a lot of people have a bad stigma of social media, but I really want to challenge you that with every piece of technology, it's the same with the internet, right? We all thought the internet was terrible. We're like, how is anyone going to learn? They can just Google it. They can just, ask Jeeves, all of that stuff, which, ask Jeeves not around anymore. But it's the same with social media. Unfortunately or fortunately, social media is our next wave, right? It's the next news channel. So we can't fight it. We have to work with it. We have to use it for good. And that's really the case with everything. As long as we're using it for good, we have the right people behind the technology. And if you know people that are, I would challenge all you guys to do social media. I know that it sounds taboo, and I know a lot of people are like, absolutely not. I was one of those people. The fact that I say that I'm an influencer is still extremely cringy to me, and I have the same stigma. But I promise you, your voice is needed. And unfortunately, there's a lot of bad voices out there. So it would be a light at the end of the tunnel to see your voices in there. But yeah, I will get off my pedestal about the social media aspect. I just want to explain how important technology and AI is to the future. And yes, there are tons of completely terrible things that could happen to it. But I truly believe in our humanity. I believe in faith, and I believe that God put it in our world for a reason, and it's to learn. So I'll leave you with this. Remember, cybersecurity and AI is not scary, it's essential, and cybersecurity starts at home. Thank you.